I mean, the hike, right? This hike, I wasn't going to make a video on it, but then we kind of discovered that after a while, when you go down from the second to the third village, or maybe the first to the second, depending on where you're starting, you traverse down many, many random stones with very little flags over there, and you walk all the way down, all the way down. Then you eventually find another flag. You have to trust that you're going down on the right route, trust the flags, trust the arrows. And then you kind of get to this point where you cross over and the flags disappear. And as a result, basically you then have to trust your instinct on where to go. And there's a small little path like this. You'll see it at some point just before you start ascending again. And it's after you cross, and eventually you go down this way, this down, down, down. You turn the right way, so if you're coming to the third village, and then you cross a flat path, much more in the right direction, and then you start going up, but you follow up this path right here.
And this is the next bit of the path.
And this is a pretty steep path. I haven't seen a flag in a while, but I saw one down there on the same path, but it's pretty steep. But nonetheless, I thought I'd make this on my travels channel, in case you're ever in Oman in the mountains and you're wondering about the hike. It does get pretty treacherous on the second to third village, depending on where you start. And so, yeah, just bear that in mind if you're planning on doing all three village hike. This is mad. The path is mad. I think we're still on the right path. But again, the last flag we saw was on this water duct that we're climbing up. And there does seem to be some sort of a random path like this. And it's taking us up, which is the main thing. And we're getting closer to the street. And that is the third village that we're off to. So for sure, the path is sketchy, but there is hope. Possibly even recommend long trousers for part of this, because, it's getting pretty crazy. And there's an arrow. This is the arrow we've been looking for. My goodness, right? So there's literally no arrows down there at all. Not a problem though, I like the adventure, but then there's 2, 3, all within the space of a second. You just got to climb up that crazy water duct. These are the arrows that you should always follow whenever you see them. Now, of course, if you're going this way, the arrows are going to point this way, but at the same time, there may be arrows pointing that way as well, because there's one path, but that one path goes 2 ways because you can start the hike either side. So sometimes it might be confusing because you're seeing 2 arrows in theory pointing in a different direction, but it's because one of the arrows is taking you, the north way of the hike from village 1 to 3 in theory, and the other arrow is taking you from 3 to 1, but it's along the same path. And you can see those green markings. Now it's easier, now it's nice and smooth, but my goodness, it was most definitely, a challenge getting here. I think there was a few people behind us saying, we're trying to find the hike as well, and we're not sure. But you got this lovely, beautiful fruit, you see some frogs in this stream. This is all natural water, very clear, very nice. And now we're here, the third village, and this is the flags that you're going to be looking for along the way as well, because sometimes the arrows disappear, but those flags stay. So all in all, you sweaty, Soph?
A little bit.
Nice. And here's those flags are in abundance again now. My gosh. So there's lots of different hikes, and we just found out from our lovely guide that green is for when they do racing here, and for the tour guide hiking, that is the flag. So if you're racing, you follow the green arrow. If you're a tour person hiking, you follow the flag.